Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is Adam, and it is very late on a Friday night here. And I have not posted a video in a couple days after my surprisingly popular Medal of Honor Warfighter Impressions video. I do want to, right off the bat, say thank you to Fist. If he happens to be watching this, I really appreciate the shout out. It helped a lot, and you really have proven yourself to be one of the big YouTubers that's dedicated to helping smaller channels out. So thank you. And if you're a new subscriber, also thank you for coming to visit and for staying to watch. Obviously, I do primarily post Call of Duty gameplay, but I like to think that I do a variety of other things as well. Every once in a while, I put up some NHL, and I like to post PC games, and certainly any other shooters that make an impact I will be featuring on this channel as well. All right, anyways, the topic I wanted to talk about today over this gameplay, and yes, I know, please don't troll me. I know I get half of my kills with the chopper gunner. I don't care. It's fun. 40 kills in TDM is a great time. The chopper gunner is there. I might as well use it, right? I mean, I'm not doing challenges to see how many kills I can get with a pistol. Anyways, what I wanted to talk about today was the trouble with Team Deathmatch. Now, I've been thinking about this a lot. I play a lot of Team Deathmatch in Black Ops. I don't play a lot of TDM in Black Ops because I enjoy it. And I know that does not make much sense. If you're not a friend of mine or you're not someone I play with a lot, you probably are going to have a little bit of difficulty seeing into my very strange mind. But my favorite game mode in any Call of Duty is Domination. I prefer to play more Domination than anything. In Modern Warfare 3, I played about 3 or 4 times as much Domination as everything else. In Black Ops, it's about even. In Modern Warfare 2, it's about even. In COD 4 and World at War, I did play primarily TDM, but still, the game mode I enjoy the most is Domination for a lot of different reasons, but the primary reason is that I think having an objective being central to what you're doing makes the game much more interesting. And I mean that not only from the perspective of, oh, you actually have to play the objective to win the game, but I think it's more importantly simply because it forces movement. And in any shooter you play, whether it's Call of Duty or Battlefield or Homefront or anything like that, the thing that kills a shooter, just the single thing that makes a shooter not fun to play, is when people don't move. Right? If we all played 6v6 TDM and everybody on both teams simply sat at their spawns the entire game and laid down, you'd get 10-minute matches that had 5 or 6 kills, and I mean literally that had 5 or 6 kills, and nothing else would happen. And you legitimately could have a game like that because there's no actual impetus to move when you're playing TDM or free-for-all beyond the desire to, theoretically the desire to win, right? Which unfortunately it doesn't seem like a lot of people have. That's why what Black Ops did with score per minute was, and I'm going to say it was revolutionary in the first-person shooter genre. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Black Ops was the first game to actually have score per minute. I don't know if it was or was not, but to my recollection, it was the first major game that had it, and it was a revelation because it allowed people to look at your score, to look at your scores, to look at the leaderboards, to look at your KD, and also measure it against your score per minute. So you could see a kid that only played TDM, had a 3.5 KD and a 250 score per minute, which means that kid sat in a corner with Ghost Pro behind a Claymore pretty much 9 out of every 10 games he played. And you could see a guy who had a 2.5 KD and a 340 or 350 score per minute. I don't know, too many people like that. Maybe some of them are named Pew Pew Pew. And that player moves around a lot. That player is really aggressive. That player is actually trying to play the game and win. And I think there is something so valuable about that. But back to the trouble with TDM. All this ties together in my mind because there is still no impetus to move in TDM. And what changed in Black Ops was the reliance on Ghost. Now, in all honesty, Cold-Blooded Pro, actually, in Modern Warfare 2, was every bit as powerful as Ghost was in Black Ops. And neither one was as powerful as the absurd Assassin perk in Modern Warfare 3, which is really just shameful. It boggles the mind that made it through QA and has stayed unchanged in the game for 11 months now, but that's neither here nor there. But the reason people didn't use Cold-Blooded that much in Modern Warfare 2, at least until they discovered it in Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3 and then went back to Modern Warfare 2, was because there was a counterbalance to it in that perk slot, in that red perk slot, and that was stopping power. So you could use that, that stealth perk, but you'd lose at least one bullet for time to kill. So if it took you 3 bullets before, it would take you 4 bullets now. In a game as fast-paced as Modern Warfare 2, that was pretty much instant death. And the same thing holds true to World at War and Call of Duty 4, of course. There was both stopping power and Juggernaut in both of those games as a deterrent to UAV jammer and camouflage. So people didn't feel compelled to use them. In Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3, there was no effective deterrent to using Ghost and Assassin, so everybody used them. When everybody started using them, that meant that everybody that played TDM knew that if they wanted to make sure they got that slightly higher KD, that they played a little bit better, the best thing to do was slap on Ghost Pro, right? And I'm not going to be the one that tells you that UAV spam isn't a problem. UAV spam is a problem, and it doesn't look like, from what I've seen, that they're doing a lot to address it in Black Ops 2. But the singular problem with TDM right now, and I'm still not sure how it's going to work out in Black Ops 2, I don't know if anybody is until we play it, is that there is no impetus to move beyond the ego-boosting statistic of score per minute when you play TDM, because there is still no viable must-use alternative to the stealth perks. I think that Black Ops 2 is going to be different because they've split the Ghost perk up into about 3 component parts, and I really think that's the right way to go. So I'm crossing my fingers for it. I'm really hoping that TDM becomes a fun, viable game mode to play, but I truly think that in Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3, TDM is just not fun.